Okay, well, this is not going to be viewed publicly until later on, until all of this is edited and a lot of stuff is set up. Um, and the thing about it is that this is only going to be an hour long video that I'm going to make just to be making for you guys. Anyways, some things I do want to kind of touch up upon, and I'll probably build some momentum as I'm going here. Real quick before I do that, let me do one quick thing. And how in the hell is one person viewing the stream when that is supposed to be on unlisted? I don't know. But fuck it, just roll with it. Unless it's me. Anyway, so with that being said, I've been taking about 3 days off of the internet just to get some reflective notice and to, well, the reflective notice means get some reflection on what I'm kind of like going through in life. Point being is that I've been taking time to think, and some things kind of like went on. This is between the years of 2019 and 2020. Just a lot's been going on in my mind, and it's really kind of been just rattling me up a bit. And it's part of the reason why I took about 3 days off. Certain situations that specifically I will not talk about, but certain situations that have kind of led me to that point of, okay, I really just need to get off for a few days and just not touch any sort of thing my way, not deal with any responses, not deal with any comments, messages, or anything like that. Now, I made an exception with one or two because there was something that was kind of concerning. That was not. It was just more about me and a person that I really care for, and you know, the person letting me know that this person may not really care for you and such, and he's like, they didn't want to see me get hurt, and I can understand that. But other than that, I have not engaged in any conversation or any like debate, topic, trend, anything like that as far as the 3 days have gone. So I have not. I've technically been radio silent the entire 3 days in regards to that. Now, that being in mind, certain situations that I could at least give some sort of vague detail to is that, look, regardless of whatever the outcome was or the side of a story, just depending on which, I really don't like drama when it continues. I don't like infighting when it continues. I don't like any of that stuff when it continues. You know, it makes me mad. It makes me anxious. It makes me severely anxious. And 2019 and 2020, in between was really kind of. I'm talking about New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. I'm not going to bring it up, but let's just say that my day of 2020, my first day of 2020, was a rough, like a huge rough of a bad start. I don't expect some people out there who watch my channel to understand. There's some people out in real life that actually watch my channel, and they've gotten into a discussion to me with us about it before. You say, why do you let it get to you? But it's just sort of tough because at the same time is that I just been having thoughts in my heads, and just certain things I hope never come true. But it's just disturbing, and it's just, I hate it, to be honest. So, bright side though of 2020, well, technically it was 2019 that I finished the Western Story Lobo, Righteous Gunslinger of the West. I finally finished that up, so that was the bright side of 2019 and the beginning of 2020, because I finally did the revision and re-editing on the story, and it was kind of a bright moment, and it was a little bit more to take my mind off of things. Now, the negative side of the whole thing is that there was a situation, which I'm not going to say, that really gave me some severe anxiety, and it doesn't bother me now. It's just back on that first day. Again, this is going to be just more in general to anyone out there, is that if you have grievances with me, or if I have grievances with you, or if we've been butting heads, or if we've been saying things back and forth to each other. This goes to pretty much anyone in particular that I've actually clashed with in the past. Again, I mean, I've said it before in one of my videos, but I'll just say, like, it's no hard feelings. Like I said, I'm looking to move on with a lot of stuff, and I just don't want to have those certain things, in my life. And, I just want things to be better for everybody. And again, to anyone out there who even dislikes me, who even hates me, that's fine. I'm just hoping that we can really move on and stuff like that. Because again, I just don't really believe like infighting, just depending on which, infighting or just fighting in general. If you believe one thing, that's fine. If you believe something else differently than me, that's fine. Again, I can take criticism sometimes, whether it be harsh or sometimes whether it be constructive. Like I said, I just don't want to keep going into like drama-filled escalations with people because, some things happen to be seen in a different perspective from somebody else. And when it's shown from my own, it kind of causes some heat. And again, I just don't want it to come to that point. Again, I'm not perfect. Never said I was perfect, and I'm not seeking to be perfect. Like I said, I'm just doing what I do because that's just me. So it's only like 6 minutes, so I'll try to keep this going. If anything, if it doesn't last an hour, I'll probably just cut it off at probably a 15 or a 20-minute mark. So, and yes, I'm messing with my hair. Unfortunately, it's a bad habit, but you know what? It's just something I'm just gonna have to deal with. But and also, if you can't tell, I've kind of blew up my voice. I went to the House of Blues yesterday. I went to go see these tribute bands to Nirvana, Blink-182, and Weezer, which the bands were like Nirvana Mania, Blink-182-a-thon. Actually, no, I think it was Blink-182 tribute or whatnot, and then Weezerton was basically those tribute names to those bands. So it was a good area and critique. I took my Polaroid camera but to be honest, the Polaroid images didn't really come out as good. But I took one when I actually was back at the house of my dog, Queasbug. She likes to like nap on the little bed. Like one of the most beautiful albino Dobermans I have ever had in my life. Anyway, other than that, there are some things in my life that I'm really doing a very huge, considerable change outside of YouTube that I'm going to do. And surprisingly, January 1st, I thought it was supposed to be the whole COPA Act or whatnot. Let's see. I just want to look it up real quick just to make sure. Yeah, it's past January 1st and channel's still here. Forgive me. Again, blew out my voice. I'm so sorry. And again, I just got a lot going on for me, and I think there were points in times when I wanted to make a video like this, but I kind of would almost kind of break down in tears a bit. But talked to a few friends of mine, and I'm convinced that there's some people out there in my life that take advantage of my kindness, and sometimes maybe those people are just not to be a part of my life. And it's heartbreaking because I really do feel for these people, and it's a hard thing, but sometimes you have to make that decision. Because if you're just going to be stuck metaphorically at a red light and you're not going to continue to go, you're not just holding yourself back, you're also holding a lot of other people back as well. So in terms of that, it's just like what the person told me about when she like messaged me about like, I'm really concerned about this person not really caring for you. They don't really care that you're taking a hiatus, and you know, and I totally get it, and I understand. And thank you, by the way, for reaching out. By the way, I've got like Nirvana on the mind too. I've got like The Man Who Sold the World. It was like it's the cover to David Bowie. Got Nirvana's song playing in my head for some reason, which it kind of feels fitting because it's nighttime and filming this in my room slash office. And I'm kind of depressed as it is. Well, on the bright side, with my first story done, working on a second installment. I've got one page done, so I'm gonna kind of like visualize it a little bit in my head how it's gonna go, and then try to write it out. But as far as that's gonna go, that's pretty much all I'm gonna do for that. And I probably might just end this off here in about like 4 minutes because there's really nothing much more to talk about. I thought there would be at least an hour or so filled, but I mean, to just wrap it up in a nutshell, it's just things just haven't been going my way for like the past couple of days, especially on New Year's Day, and you know that's just how it is. But as soon as when I get my financial situation back on track, I'll work on building my PC, work on getting my car fixed up. Uh, Quite some day, get the hell out of Vegas and never look back. So 3 minutes left on the mark. If there's anything else I want to kind of like talk about, oh yeah, it's my instruction booklet for the Polaroid camera. Oh yeah, I did forget to mention that I did link the story of Lobo via Facebook, private message to people, and I'm trying to figure out how to way to do it through Instagram. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna let me, but uh, I'll try to do something. Perhaps maybe I can just do a post or something like that through the mobile device. And that being said, that's pretty much all I needed to talk about. But so I will be back tomorrow. Like if you want me to do a live stream, I can do that. Technically, I don't go back to work till Tuesday, hopefully, because they might call me in tomorrow. I don't know, so I have to expect that. So, and I'll get out of this little beaten voice soon enough, so that way you guys don't have to be bored to death with the you know. So, anyways, that's just all that the time I have. I just thank you guys for watching this. So, you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.